CITV. Bade for you.
Are you ready to face the challenge?
The toughest challenge on television in a brand new series.
Nightmare. Next.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the All House presents to you a lock-in without Gruff Lock. That's right, the boss is away, so we're doing it in our underwear this week.
Hell yeah!
Drill. Comfy. Locking in our underwear. Free peanuts for everybody.
Dude, that's wrong.
Not peanuts.
Oh, right.
I'm not giving away this junk.
I'm with you.
Gee, man. As you may have guessed, Grufflock is away this week. He's busy working. Nothing exciting about it, really.
Unfortunately, no, nothing exciting. He's just swamped. So.
As we all get occasionally. As I'm looking forward to being. So obviously, it's Stu, it's Dark Ages, and as ever, I'm joined by my far prettier cohort.
It's Chaos Envy. With a K, people!
You don't get to complain about people misspelling your name.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Not on my level.
I'll let it slide, because, it's first time we posted on the forums, but now it's just getting a little silly.
So, we're going to do a lock-in this week. It's only going to be a short one. Without Mr. Grufflock, it doesn't feel right doing the questions. But there is a few things we want to mention. Obviously, we've got the news as usual. But there is something else I need to mention as well. And I didn't discuss this with you, so I'm just going to put it right out there.
Okay.
I am declaring war on Willbreaker 41, a.k.a. Jeremy from the Back to the 80s podcast, because he doesn't like Nightmare.
He doesn't like Nightmare.
Doesn't like Nightmare.
I mean, I must admit, I'm not a great fan, but I don't seem to have the hate for it that he does.
He has developed a hatred of it, so I will crush him! But that's all, really. I just felt the need to do that for the comedy value alone.
Fair dues.
Crushing Willbreaker 41.
Before we move on to the news, shall we have our little squeeze session?
Well, we're going to do the... What did we have last week that we did not have the last week when we discussed last...
Yeah.
That
one.
Go on then, I'll let you go first.
Well, both of us got Halo Reach, the
that we did.
Legendary Edition.
Yee, that we did.
Which comes with a very nice statue.
Yes, very nice.
It is made out of plastic, but it does kind of look like it shouldn't.
Yeah, but I can live with it being in plastic.
Well, yeah, because otherwise it probably would have cost a lot more.
Yeah, but weirdly that's not the thing that we like the most, is it?
No, the thing we like the most is actually Dr. Hazley's diary, which comes with the limited edition as well as the legendary, and it is pretty much one of the best things you will ever get with a game.
Yeah, ceaselessly impressed just flicking through it. I've not even started reading it.
If you are a fan of the Halo franchise for its story, which it does have a very good sci-fi story, apart from just being a first-person shooter, its story is so enriched by this diary because it just feels like you could have picked this up and it is an actual person's diary. There's sketches, there's the science fiction part of how she planned to make the Spartans, there's little comments, I will make her suffer for making me drink decaf.
Yeah, random coffee rings.
Yeah, just coffee stains on it and everything. And it's just so well put together, so lovingly put together.
Yeah.
It is. If you haven't bought Reach yet, and you can get your hand on a limited edition, just go for it.
Even just the book itself, because it's that sort of thick cardboard with the print on it and everything, and the fact that it's bound together with the string, it's
just gorgeous.
It's lovely. It is one of the best. As you say, it's one of the best game add-ons they've ever done. Then top that off with the ID card, which I didn't even notice had a picture in.
Yeah, you have to hold it up to the light and twizzle it.
And then like the silly little things like I'm guessing they're just like the bio readouts from the medical labs. One of which is Master Chief's.
I did you've got 3 files in there from 3 Spartans.
Yeah.
And you've got like the readout of when she was checking them out, sort of thing. It's like listed on the body where they've got scars and stuff like that. It's just mental.
It is good. But the other thing that I kind of liked was there is notes with it saying that some information has been removed.
Yeah.
So they've actually torn 2 pages out.
Which is really nice touch.
But also leads to the comedy value of you having customers coming back going, why are the 2 pages ripped out? I think I've got a faulty one.
That was quite funny.
It is awesome. The game itself. In fact, why are we even doing this? Why don't we just go play Reach?
No. Business before pleasure.
Reach is business.
No, I haven't played much of the game, but for what I have played, it is just classic Halo. And, Halo didn't need to be improved. It didn't need to be fixed.
But they've done it anyway.
Yeah.
Something that is worth mentioning that I discovered this morning. Halo Waypoint. For those who don't know what it is, it's an online connection. It's almost like a hub for Halo stuff. So you can go on there for like videos, pictures, news updates, blah, blah, blah. But it also keeps a track of your achievements. For the Halo games and goes, oh, this is what rank you've got, and you can compare to your mates. I'm just proud of the fact that I've only got 5 people who are above me on my mates list. Get on. And some of them are only on there because I've got Halo Wars. Played it for half an hour. But what they've actually done with Reach is they've done a thing of you can unlock new armor bits for your Spartan if you've got achievements from the other games. So I know one of them just off the top of my head is completing Halo 3 on Legendary, having at least rank whatever for achievements, and one of the Reach achievements, and then unlocks the helmet. Nice. It's a nice little touch. It's a nice way of tying the 2 things together. And Waypoint for something which is free is really good when it works. Yeah. Sometimes they give you drivel. Yeah. Sometimes it's absolute drivel, but sometimes it's really good, like the top 5 series. Shouldn't be as funny as it is. Yeah. But still good.
So, with that little gush session out of the way, should we get onto the news?
Well, I have to tell people what I got. Because I got other stuff.
You did, didn't you?
Got other stuff. When I went and got my copy of Reach, I basically traded in every single game I own near enough. So I actually had more than I thought I would, which was great.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, I've got like 20 quid extra, right? Oh, I don't really need any more games. Oh, they've got the wonderful McFarlane Reach figures. Joy of joys. Until I got them on the packet. I got Emil and George. For those who don't know the characters, Emil is the guy with the skull face. George is the big dude with the big gun. I'm a bit annoyed, and I'm disappointed with McFarlane. George has got a moulding error, which is also a paint error, which I'm not going to be able to fix. Emil has the worst paint apps on that helmet I've ever seen.
It is terrible.
I'm going to have to repaint that from scratch on the helmet for the actual visor. And this is the thing that bugs me the most. And you're going to get a preview here because this is what I'm going to put in my review for it, because I'm going to do some written reviews. I have a 25th anniversary G.I. Joe Zartan. And he has a little boot holster for a little knife. Yeah?
Yeah.
3 3/4 inch figure. Tiny little guy. Tiny little knife. McFarlane cannot make a knife holster for Emil's blade on the shoulder like it's meant to go. And to top it off, it doesn't sit in the hand properly because it's designed to hold the shotgun, which also doesn't hold properly.
Ooh.
I'm not very happy with that. And I get the feeling I'm going to have to hack that knife up and glue it in there.
Yeah, and after they did such a good job with the other ones.
Yeah, I'm just really shocked. I don't know if they've hammered it out because they need to have it done for Reach release, and they've maybe gone, we need a few extra weeks, and they've just gone, we can't. But disappointment. Thy name is Emil and George. Good things though. I got another 25th anniversary Snow Serpent. I don't know if I mentioned this last week or not, but that means I've got 2 with a third on the way. I also got my Mantis Attack Sub and my Morpod from Kapow Toys, which we were then drilling people with last night.
Yes. Much scared people on Facebook.
Yeah, I drilled Rob, and then Rob drilled Becca while I watched.
Yep.
Because, quote unquote, it didn't feel right to drill another man's wife in front of him.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, I'll try my best. And I think that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
That is all the shinies I got.
I didn't get anything other than Reach. Reach was my one treat.
But Reach is still a good treat to have.
Yeah.
So, should we move on and do some news?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay. No fancy song this time. Because I can't be bothered. All I'm going to say is, tonight, the streets run red with Burgundy's blood.
Right.
Unless you haven't noticed, I'm putting an Anchorman quote in all the news bits.
Okay.
So, I just grabbed some of this news this morning, so there's been a few things since then, so catch up on your own news, but we want to talk about this. So, first couple of items will interest you, because they involve a certain Mr. Rodimus. Or Rodimus, even. Still blurring the two. The first one is the Challenge at Cybertron free pack. You'll know it as the one that Andrew won at Auto Assembly.
Yes.
Is not getting a US release.
Really?
Yeah.
Not surprised, considering how bad the paint job was.
Well, that aside, usually the US get everything.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's going to become a UK exclusive.
Maybe.
Could happen. See what happens. Who knows? But that's all there really is to say about that one. But top that off with what the other bit of news I saw just before we came on. Where there's a... It's not a very good pack, from what I've seen. I've not read the full crack, I literally just glanced at it, but Sainsbury's have a pack which has a Legends Ravage in it, 2 of a Scout class, and a bunch of Nest Troopers. And that, as far as I know, is a... That's the first I've ever seen of that, so that's, at the moment, is a UK exclusive.
Nice.
Maybe we're getting some more UK exclusives. Why do they all have to be a bit sucky? See what happens. And here's the other piece that you'll appreciate. Masterpiece Rodimus / Hot Rod has a price and a date for release. You go on but it's not that great. It's end of January, and it's going to cost you 17,640 yen.
Which in real money...
What do I look like? A currency converter? But yeah, it's nice to know we've got a rough date for it. So, end of January, start of February, you can probably expect them to be on eBay and to Rob to appear going, I've got my Rodimus and now I can't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, deny it all you want, mate. I know what's going to happen. Next bit of news is there's been images released of the Takara Elite Guard Optimus Prime.
I can't decide if I like that or not.
I don't. I really don't think that black, gold and red looks good. Not in Prime, anyway. Really, to a certain extent, I'm sick of this thing of let's get an animated figure, let's repaint it and stick an Elite Guard badge in it.
Yeah.
They're not in the Elite Guard. Prime isn't in the Elite Guard. That's part of his character. He's a dropout. Yeah, he got washed out of the academy because of Sentinel. You massive jerk. Same with Prowl. Prowl was a douchebag. But yeah, images are out of that now, so by all means go have a look, form your own opinion. If it differs to my opinion, then you're wrong.
Stop taking out Adam's job.
Hey, I already am. I'm presenting. Next up, we have Sabertron has an exclusive look at the Hothead upgrade set for Universe Hardhead to make him a proper headmaster and give him the guns that look more like his G1 self. It's really nice. I can see why Adam really wants a hardhead. I can also see why Adam will never get a hardhead because the price is skyrocketed, or everybody who's got one is keeping their clammy mitts on it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I don't blame him. It is really nice. It would be nice to get one, but if I haven't got a hard head, there's no point. I can't really do anything with the head if I haven't got the body.
Yeah.
At least if I had the body, I could go, well, he's already sorted, I don't need to head him up. Have you had a quick look at these ones? Have you seen the
I
pictures,
haven't
or?
seen the hard-head ones, no.
Not doing your homework.
I'm sorry, I'm bad.
You are. You should have done your homework on this one, actually, because this one is awesome. There's a third-party group which are popping up like crazy lately. Have released the Corbot V and the War Axe. Basically, the third-party group has released images of a prototype for War for Cybertron's Prime's axe.
Ooh.
Feckin' huge.
Nice.
The colours are a bit off because it should be lighter, but it's like a dark red and a black.
Nice.
I still want one.
Yeah.
Because of the figure, he can actually hold it in two hands as well.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to see a price on this. Because that was a prototype, and I want to see a finished product.
Yeah.
Then I'll give you an opinion on whether I'll buy it. But at the moment, they have my interest, especially if they actually do some guns from the game. Because as much as I like the guns on Prime, but not Bumblebee, it would be nice to actually go, there's the Energon pistol from the game.
Yeah.
Really surprised to a certain extent they haven't done that already, or done some sort of web exclusive, weapons pack. But who knows what Hasbro's thinking half the time. Next couple of items are mostly for our US listeners, and we know we have US listeners.
Yes, apparently we're big in Texas.
Big in Texas. Hello, Texas.
Howdy, everyone in Texas.
So, Hunt for the Decepticon Waves 2 and 3 are available at HasbroToyShop.com. It's good news because that's Tomahawk and Terrordive. Is it Terrordive? Guy with the trident, Brick Tamlin. But yeah, it means you can get your grubby mitts on them from the HasbroToyShop.com website.
Awesome.
Go, do it now! And send them directly to Dark Ages Chaos Envy, care of the old House. Something else you can send to us is Wave 2 at Generations is available at ToysRUs.com. So that's Soundwave, Megatron, Red Alert, and I'm sure there's somebody else, but I can't think of it. On Straxus. I already have a Straxus because of Auto Assembly. He's freaking awesome. And obviously everybody will have a variant of Red Alert because you've probably got a Sunstreak or a Sideswipe, a Dead End, or a Punch Counter Punch. Or one of the Henkei versions of the following characters. But yeah, they're available, so if you're in the States, go! Buy! Give them to us.
Let's see, go!
And send it to us. Next up is another third-party one, Impossible Toys. For those who don't know Impossible Toys, these are the guys who have made the Quintesson figures. So they're pretty standard, solid figures. And they've released details of the next two. They've done Nightbird, who is the robot ninja from Generation 1. And they've done the Quintesson Bailiff, who is the dude who has a big axe thing. They both look pretty standard. If you like Nightbird, if you really like the Quintessons, like a certain Gruff lock, go and get them. Because they do look pretty cool. And to me, it is a nice addition to the collection.
Fair
Kind of thing. It's not something I'm screaming for, but it'd be nice. Next up is a bit of a random piece, but I thought it was worth mentioning anyway. If you bought Power Core Combiner Huffer, this may apply to you. Didn't it? Apparently, the hood on some of them, on the truck mode, is a slightly different shade of yellow.
Moving on.
Yeah. Next is the Night Morpher Commander. It's third party week this week.
Yeah.
Night Morpher Commander. For those who don't know what that is, that's basically a third party company did Hearts of Steel Optimus Prime, so it changes into a train. They've released details of the fact that, shock horror, they're doing a black version with a red sword.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's it's bad enough Hasbro doing black repaints of a Prime. Now a third party company's doing black repaints of a Prime. Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm still tempted by it though.
Oh.
Oh, you know me and my black repaints.
Yes, I know.
Oh yeah, I fully admit it. I've got an issue. But, yeah, I'll be interested to see because obviously the paint scheme's not going to be anything overly surprising. It's going to be black. It's going to have a red sword. He might have some shady green bits on there somewhere. Weirdly enough. But yeah, that's all there is to say about that. Really, there's no pictures been released yet. It was just literally a shadowy image with a red sword. But I'm interested to see what they've done with it. Dare I go into the realms of having trains?
No. I think you have to draw the line somewhere.
Well, next up news-wise, because there is quite a bit of news this week, and we do end on a big one. But next there is images of Sunspot, which for those who don't know what Sunspot is, it's a Skystalker repaint in yellow and white. So Adam's already pre-ordered about 50.
Probably. For his army. There will just be an army of them.
Yeah.
Each one will be riding one of his rats.
Forward, my pretties. But yeah, it does look quite nice actually. I've already got a Skystalker. I don't have a Horde. I won't have a Horde, but I probably would pick up a Sunspot because it's a nice figure anyway.
Yeah.
And that sort of orangey, yellow, and white is spot on. Now this is something that I'm really interested in because I need somebody to get me one of these and send it to me.
Okay.
Takara have released a set of animated microbots. Animated figures in a chibi style.
Ooh.
And there's a Grimlock.
Nice.
So yeah, they are really tiny things. I think they're only about maybe 2 inches tall, and they're all squat with the big heads. But they do look absolutely awesome, and I really do want a Grimlock or a Megatron
or any of them.
Yeah. You know what? This week is literally third party and hot rod news.
Yeah.
It's a good news week for you. Protector Armour there's been more information out for that. They're making a Target Master for him.
Yeah, I saw that. That was it, for such a tiny figure. It didn't have to look good.
Oh, hang on, because there's another group just doing a Target Master, but this is Fans Project doing a Target Master of their own to go with the Protector set.
Ooh.
Now I don't know if it comes separately or if you get it with. This is the thing I'm not 100% sure because some places are listing it as two separates.
Right. So I've seen the.
I'm pretty certain it should come with it.
I've seen the pictures that we've got up on the forums.
Excuse me?
Of the Protector Armour set.
Yeah.
And as I said on the forums, I was not interested in that at all until I saw it. And now it's kind of like, ooh, that's rather nice.
Yeah, it is pretty sexy. Since I've seen first images on it, but the fact that it comes with a Target Master, which also combines with the bits that extend the back wing, turns it into a crossbow.
I saw that. That was quite cool.
That's pretty freaking sweet. I'm certainly interested in that a bit more, but I'd really like to know for certain whether it comes with it or whether it's separate. Because if it's a separate purchase and it's going to cost me another £20, I might not be that interested. It depends what they do. If somebody does a good deal with it where you get it for like half price or whatever, because like a tenner, I'd maybe pay a tenner.
Yeah.
I'd go mental. But yeah, I still need to get that second hot rod though.
Yep.
That is the problem. Next up, we've got more images of iGear Ramjet. Way.
Does anyone care?
I've got a third-party, barely knockoff Ramjet masterpiece. Woo! It's not even the same size of masterpieces. I know some people love this idea. I know some people love the fact that it's the cone heads, and that Hasbro will never do them, which they probably won't. But my problem is that it's not on masterpiece level.
Yeah.
It's not the same scale. Some would argue that Grimlock wasn't, but get away, yeah. I'm not going to get into it, but basically I'm not a massive fan of these. I still think those little wings at the bottom on Thrust are going to break off. I'm going to move away from that because it's a very negative thing. Anything you look bad?
No.
Right. This is something I wanted to. I'm kind of putting this in the community watch because this is a bit of kit bashing / repaint, and I think this thing is honestly so cool.
Okay.
I will make sure there's links put up on the forum for it. But basically, somebody has kit bash / painted a mid warping Skywarp.
Ah.
So it's Skywarp. It's classic Skywarp. But like most of one of his legs and most of his arm, and I think it's going into his chest, is clear.
Ah, nice.
And he's painted blue line down the break, so that's in mid teleport.
That's
and it
quite
works in both modes.
Yeah.
And I felt that was worth a mention because that just looks really, really sweet.
Yeah, cool.
Really impressed. I really want to know how he's done it as well. Just because I'm pretty sure there's no completely clear figures out there for that figure. So I really want to see what he's done. So the last bit of news, and it is a doozy, and it's going to create, I think, a bit of conflict within the old Art House. They've announced the cast list for Transformers Prime. Now, I haven't got everybody, because a lot of the people I don't know. And the human actors, I don't know anything they've done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to break it down as follows, and if you want to say anything about them, Mr. Rob, just shout
Well, I think
out.
just go through them and then have a little...
Fair dues. So, Optimus Prime's Peter Cullen. Shocker. RC is voiced by Summerlee Montano. Bulkhead is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, who I actually looked into, and he's done quite a bit of voice work.
Alright, cool.
Done a lot of stuff for American Dad, Family Guy, Cleveland Show. So, can't be that bad. Ratchet, finally we get confirmation that it's Jeffrey Combs.
I know that name.
Wayoon / Brunt / a
Awesome.
million other characters from Star Trek. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Here's the big one though. Here's the one that will cause the fight. Cliffjumper. Dwayne Johnson.
Awesome.
Also known as the bad wrestler. Also known as The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock was awesome on the mic.
I've already said yes, he is good on the mic.
He has got the
I will
gift of the gab.
I will always agree on this, but he's 5 moves of death. And I never know if that's what he's been told to do or if that's just what he does. But let's not get into his wrestling thing.
But no, he's got the gift of the gab, so
Yeah.
I think he'll do quite well as a voice actor.
Let's face it, he can act. He can, if you've seen Be Cool, he can act. Okay, maybe some of his choices in films, it's terrible. I'm a Tooth Fairy. Oh, you idiot. But that also helps with the fact that Cliffjumper has those bullhorns.
Yeah.
And I want to know if that came first. What came first, the design? Or Dwayne taking the job?
Someone will have to ask him.
Could it be like a Sentinel Prime situation from Animated? They've gone, we've got Townsend Coleman, who did this. He did the tick. Well, this guy's blue. Let's give him an even bigger chin. Yeah. Yeah. Is that what they did? They've gone right? We've got Dwayne. We've got Dwayne Johnson. Oh, he's the Brahma Bull. Let's make Cliffjumper look a bit more like a bull. But there was a great. When listening to Back Days, there was a great line from, I believe it was from Glenn, where all he wants to see is him transforming and elbow dropping somebody.
Awesome.
Or rock bottoming a Decepticon. All for that. I fully admit I would sit there going, the Decepticons have some names of worth. And I'm actually going to alter the way it's written down because I want this impact to be awesome. Megatron is Frank Welker. Shock horror. Knockout is played by Darren Norris even. Starscream is voiced by Steve Bloom. Now, I've heard that voice. He was asked at a convention about what the voice would be like. He says, well, I can't go into the show, but I can tell you that Starscream talks, and he goes into the voice with it.
Nice.
I quite like it. But here's the one that I love this. Breakdown is voiced by Adam Baldwin.
Nice.
Adam Baldwin of Firefly and Chuck fame.
That called Jane is now going to be a Decepticon. Awesome.
All I need him to do is carry on. It just needs to be an extension of Jane.
Yeah.
He
And
needs
he
to
will be
try
awesome.
and buy Megatron's wife with his favourite gun. But I am actually going to mention one human character because of who voices him.
Okay.
And I haven't mentioned this to you because I only noticed this yesterday. Well, listening to Back to 80s and noticed on the news this morning. There's a bit of mix-up on what the character's actually called. Some places are listing him as Agent Flowers. Some places are listing him as General Flowers. He's going to be voiced by Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters.
Awesome.
That could be really good.
Yes.
Just because I think he has a really good voice.
Mm.
For those who don't know who was in Ghostbusters, it's I can't think of the name. He was the African American guy. What was he called?
Winston Zedmore.
That's the one. Yeah. Ernie Hudson in Transformers thing.
Awesome.
Kickery. But yeah. The only other thing I want to mention is this is totally breaking the rules, but I don't care because he's not here. They also announced some of the cast for G.I. Joe Renegades, which is the new series of G.I. Joe, also airing on the Hub, which is also the series we won't get to see. Dwayne Johnson doing some voices in that as well.
Awesome.
As is Lee Majors, the $6 million man.
Nice.
And the one that I'm really happy about this is, I can't remember his name, but he voiced Starscream in the live action movies and Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe Resolute. He's returning as Cobra Commander.
Nice. His Cobra Commander in Resolute was awesome.
I just hope it's scripted along the same lines.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going to crush you, and I want the slightly psychotic, I'll take none of your crap, Cobra Commander.
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah, I'm scared at the fact it's just like, oh, we need some voice actors. Give Dwayne a ring. He's not wrestling, is he? No, what's he doing? Promoting some Tooth Fairy movie. Give him a shout.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see how some of this goes. There's some interesting choices of voice actors, I think. Part of me still can't believe it's Dwayne Johnson being Cliff Jump. But yeah, it should be good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Adam Baldwin does with this. I'm actually more excited for Adam Baldwin than I am for Welcome Come. Curse you, you've made me a Firefly fan. And that is the wrap up for the news.
Yeah. Sorry it's been short and quite serious, but it's we've not got Gruff here to give us our crazy pills.
Yeah. The homebrew and what grinds your gears will return as normal, and listener questions will return as normal as next week.
In the meantime, get yourselves to the forums at www.oldoilhouse.com.co.uk, I should say. Join the madness.
Warning: it may contain nuts.
I think it actually does contain nuts that everyone is allergic to. It will turn you into a babbling psychopath.
Yeah.
Please don't come knocking on our doors.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with us. You came here reviewing free will. And just for the comedy value, because she's going to hate me for this, I want to give a quick shout out to Slick, who recently started listening. Hiya, Slick. Hope you're enjoying it. By the time you get caught up to this, you'll freak out.
Okay. Oh, and if you've got any ideas for the Did You Know thread, get yourself over there. You've got the chance of winning a picture. And
that picture is looking awesome. I really want to say that far much. And I will beat you in the face and steal it.
Alright, everyone.
So yeah, I think that we're going to wrap this up here. Remember to go to the forums, as we say. Remember to crush Wheelbreaker41 if you see him for his hatred of Nightmare. I'm trying to think. I'm not condoning people should go and kill him, but if you were to savagely beat him with a stick, that might be acceptable.
Just don't harm the facial hair.
No, you're getting mixed up. Jeremy doesn't have facial hair. And that's why he is weak, and we will crush him. People have the interwebs.
On that note, I'm going to give you your sedative.
Yay!
You have been listening to the Old Oil House. Come visit us at www.oldoilhouse.co.uk. Join the forums. Join the fun.
Nightmare's back next week at the same time. Now on Children's ITV, it's cartoon time.